Hi guys, there are so many of you. My name is Igor, and I want to ask you a question. We all make React apps, and what is one of the most challenging things about creating an app? Do you know? Can I get an answer? Huh?
Code review.
Code review, nice one. I like it. Hey,
Naming variables.
again?
Naming variables.
Sure, but this is for the whole programming, not the React apps. Anyone else?
Selecting color theme.
Nice one. Think again, think again.
Architecture, scaling, proper composition of
True, true.
His stuff is 2 or 4 spaces.
Nice one.
Oh my gosh, skip that.
Okay, one last.
asking through prompts.
Oh yes, prop drilling.
This is true, yes, yes. For me, the most challenging part is keeping up the performance. The tool that we use to measure performance is called Lighthouse. It gives us a score from 0 to 100. We all want to get here. This is where this is the number that says that we are on a good spot, that we are all right. But this is challenging, and let's face it, it's always difficult to create apps that load fast. You shouldn't do this alone. So I want to invite you today to a dream place called Performland. This is the dream world. This is the world where every app loads instantly, where users get the perfect experience. And of course, we have always a Lighthouse score 100. Today, I will be your guide. And who am I? I'm a front-end developer. I have a crazy orange cat. And I like to create fast-performing apps. I work at JetBrains. At JetBrains, we make software development a more enjoyable and productive process. And we create the best ideas in the world, including WebStorm, for front-end development. And what exactly am I talking today? Performance is a very broad topic. So today we will be attacking it from the side of web fonts. Why is it important? Text is crucial to user experience on the web. So you load the website mostly to read the text. And fonts that are used to render this text give you branding to your website, and they also bring consistent design. Also, custom web fonts are used on 87% of all websites, and they affect performance. So if your website is in one of these 87%, you should be interested in making them load as fast as possible. Lighthouse measures 3 core web vitals metrics, and fonts affect 2 of them. The first one is largest contentful paint. It shows us the time needed to render the biggest element on the screen. And as you see, for example, on jetbrains.com, DevTools show us that the biggest element here is the heading. This is text, and this is true for many websites. So we should be interested in making this heading appear as fast as possible. The second metric that's affected is cumulative layout shift. It shows us unexpected moving when page loads. So this can happen because your fallback font that is rendered initially is swapped with your custom web font, and because of this, blocks are moving. So now, let's go back to our road to Performland. We will have 3 steps. We will start from the basics on the easy level. Here we will learn how to add a web font to your page. and which aspects of performance we need to take into account. On the hard level, we will get to more sophisticated techniques about optimizing fonts. So we will reduce their size. And also we will have a side quest which will where we will face frameworks. We will fight with them. Let's start with the easy level. And on this level, we have 4 quests. Here we will choose a font. We will choose the appropriate font format. We will write a definition in CSS. And we will do everything in order to make our font load as fast as possible. And we will choose the font as the first quest. And here you need to ask yourself first a question. Do you even need a fancy web font? So you can resort to alternatively to use system fonts. These are fonts that are already pre-installed on your user's device. Each system has its own font. You can do fine without them, so, without a fancy font that your designer gives you. There are products like TeamCity and Utrack from JetBrains that use system fonts, and they do just fine. So a pro here is that you don't care. You don't even need to care about performance here in terms of fonts, but your designer may be unhappy about it, right? So maybe they want to give your web page some branding with this custom font. And what if this is what you want? Then you should ask yourself, how many fonts do you actually need on the page? So for each type of font on the page, you need to load a file. Let's take a look at this example. For example, we have a regular page, a regular font on the page, and a bold font. For each of these files, you will have 2 fonts that need to use different font weights. Instead of this, we can use one variable font that actually packs all those font weights into one file. And in case of JetBrains, we can see that there are 2 static fonts called JetBrains Sans that have each their own font weight, and we can substitute it with a variable font that has less size. We are now completed our first quest. We have gained experience. No money, unfortunately, but we are getting there. Our second quest is about choosing the most effective font format. And here I can only quote the author of Web Almanac, use only WoW2 and forget about everything else. Why is that? Because this is the most advanced font format ever. Its compression algorithm outputs the smallest size possible, the smallest file possible, and it has a wide browser support, and you can easily convert it from other legacy formats. So this one was easy. We are now down to only 2 quests. In the next one, we will actually add a font to our our page. Oh, and we define it with a font face declaration. So here, in this example, we are declaring a variable font, which has WoW2 format. And the interesting thing here is that this declaration doesn't actually send the request. So in order for the browser to send the request, you need to use it on some element. Like here, you can use it on a body element, and then the request to JetBrains Sans will be sent. When you apply a font to some element, you need to specify the fallback fonts. In our case, this will be Arial, and another font that exists in the system. Sans serif is an abstraction like some font that is easy to read on an electronic device. In terms of performance, we are interested in font display property, which has 4 values. Basically, font display shows you how you render your text while your custom font is loading. So you can choose to show invisible text, or you can show text with fallback font right away, and then it will be swapped with your custom font. From these 4, I recommend using swap. Why is that? Well, because your user will access the content as quickly as possible. So in this example, you can see that JetBrains.com uses font display block, and the first screen is nothing. You see nothing. And then when a custom font is loaded, it will be applied. On the contrary, when we use font display swap, you will see a fallback with Arial. And when custom font is loaded, it will be swapped. So here we make a decision to choose font display swap in terms of performance. And the last quest here is preloading. With this, we will make sure that our font is loaded as fast as possible. So with this code, with this HTML code, we will increase priority of font download. Here I want to warn you, before you preload, you should maybe try other possible options. Why is that? Because if you preload, then this font will be definitely loaded. So it will not depend whether you apply it to an element or not. It will be surely downloaded. And if it has a high priority, then it will fight with other assets on your page. So maybe before doing this, you can try to self-host Google Fonts if you use them, or inline font face declarations right into HTML so that they are discovered as soon as possible, or maybe pre-connect to third parties like Google again. Let's take a look at JetBrains.com example. On the left, before we apply preloading, font has a low priority, and when we apply preloading, it downloads right after the HTML document. And this is how it looks. No preloading, so we will have a black screen first, then it will be swapped with Arial and a web font when it loads. And this is what happens with preloading. So you won't have a rendered screen when you have a fallback font. It is right there initially. And with that, we have completed the easy level. Let's revise the solutions here. These are solutions that are easy to implement, but they get you great performance gains. And surely, maybe you have already have some fonts on your page. Maybe you need to revise how you actually connect them. Let's go to the hard level. Are you ready, guys? Here we have 3 quests. First, we will reduce the file of our fonts using some subsetting. We will prevent layout shifts, and we will make sure that our font is downloaded only on the first visit. Let's start with reducing the file size. And here we have an example of JetBrains.com. You see a cookie banner. Who doesn't like cookie banners, right? So you see that this is a beautiful window in old school style of DOS. It uses font called JetBrains Mona that we use in our IDEs. And it has a very it really adds to the style of this window. But unfortunately, in order to render this window, we load the whole font. And this font has a lot of things inside of it. Let's take a look deeper. For this, we will use a tool called Wakamai Fondue. Fancy name for your fancy fonts. So we drop the font and let's take a look inside. You see that it has lots of symbols inside. It can be used for many languages like English, German, Russian. And there are many specific characters that you can use while you write your code, but that will never appear on this dialog. What we can do instead is reduce the number of characters that are inside this font. For this, we will use subsetting. This is the technique that we reduce the unused symbols. The tool for this is called glyph and for this, we will apply this tool to our JetBrains Mono font, and we will want to only keep the Latin symbols. So we are doing this for the English version of the website. And with that, we have a result. You see significantly lower characters. The file size is almost 3 times lower. And we can go even further. So I just left some characters just in case we change the text or something else. But you can apply even more sophisticated tools in Python that will reduce the file size to just 3-4 kilobytes. And we do this for every version, every language version of the website. We can go further and render CSS that's needed to connect this font. Here, here it outputs the Unicode range property that tells us that only for this range of symbols, this font will be used. So this is for English version, maybe also German, so all Latin languages. And we can also repeat this, for example, for Russian. Let's go. We have completed the first quest on this level. Let's go further. And let's go back to defining our font and applying it. You can see that we use Arial as fallback here. And let's see how it looks when we load the page. So this is before preloading. First, we have a page rendered in Arial, and then it is swapped with a web font. You can see that there is a clear shift. The block downstairs shifts. Downstairs, can you say this? Okay. We want to fix this with modern CSS. There are properties called size adjust, accent override, and other properties that can adjust your fallback font to your custom one. For this, we'll use the tool on the right that will, where we will try to adjust the box of the fallback font to the box of our custom one. It then outputs this CSS code. These properties are relatively new. Size adjust is baseline 2024, but we can use them already as a progressive enhancement. Let's see how it goes. So first, this is how it looks initially. We have Arial. Now we apply our adjusted fallback. And now we apply our custom font. So I guess this is much better, right? And this is how we fight the layout shift. With that, we have only one quest in front of us. It is font caching, nothing special here. So you write this to your headers for the server that gives your asset gives out your assets, and this will make sure that the font is saved for 1 year at your user's device. All the quests are done on this level. Again, these are more sophisticated, but they can give you even more progress on font loading optimizations. What is left for us to do is to fight frameworks. You know, we will fight React. How do we do this? Well, actually, I have good news for you. Frameworks are just simple web apps. They are no different. And we will use just the same approaches that we used previously. But here I just want to call out some packages that you can use. So for example, for Next.js, we can use font module, and for applications built on Bit, we can use unfonts plugin. These plugins are basically things that abstract all the complexity that we talked about previously. They will automate some things. They will generate the font face declarations for you. They will help you with the self-hosting Google Fonts and other things. Now that all the quests are passed, we are standing right at the gates of performance. We are ready to enter it. And unfortunately, in real life, it's not always like this, right? You can't just walk into performance and get a Lighthouse score 100. You need to work for it, right? You need to always test and experiment and find new solutions and test again and do everything you need to improve the performance of your app. And let's go back to our road again. Here are all the solutions once again. These solutions are good when you have low Lighthouse score. They will give you easy gains. This actually works. And these are more sophisticated solutions, and these are solutions for frameworks. With that, thank you, and I'm ready for questions.
What is this QR code?
The first one is slides and other links, and this is WebStorm, which is free for non-commercial.